What's up, everyone? This is your boy Rock Clever. This is my next video. This video is basically all about the Vine video that went viral of the young lady who was being sexually assaulted in a Chicago park on the south side a few days ago. I think it's been maybe almost, I'm not really sure how many days it's been. It's been a few days. But suffice to say, this video will basically discuss my thoughts on rape culture in society and my issues with it. I have my dictionary app, and just so we're all clear, let me explain what rape is. Rape is the unlawful compelling of a person through sexual force or duress to have sexual intercourse. It is any act of sexual intercourse that is forced upon a person. It is to force someone to have sexual intercourse. Now, with that clearly being said, we all now know what rape is. So my thing is, if we know what it is, and we know what rape is and what it does physically, why aren't we not having more conversations about this? It's sad that the young lady was sexually violated. I'm not sure the details. I've tried to find blogs and read up on it, but I don't know if she's pressed charges or anything. But the person who sexually assaulted her, his face is everywhere, and I'm so glad that he's out there and that hopefully someone snatches his ass off the street. But point being, why aren't we having this discussion of rape culture in our homes? My mother never discussed rape with me as a kid, or as a young teen or a young adult. She never discussed it with me, but I think that at some point it needs to be discussed that when a woman says no, no means no. You don't have sex with a woman who's inebriated under no circumstances. And that goes into the whole thing of slut shaming. And even men are guilty of it, women are guilty of it. Just because a woman is dressed provocatively does not mean that she deserves any unwarranted, advances or behaviors towards her. Just because she wants to go out and have a good time and she wants to get drunk, people are allowed to do that. It's their God-given American freedom to do those things. But no one has the right to violate you, touch you, rape you, sexually assault you, anything. Your body is your body. This is your person. You are allowed to protect yourself, and you should be able to enjoy your life without those kind of things going on. But for some reason, we're not having this conversation on a regular basis about rape and how it affects people. When you literally rape somebody, you're basically robbing them of their entire spirit. And whether or not you want to admit it or not, it has less to do with the person who's being sexually assaulted and more about the person who is the rapist. It's all about power, it's all about domination, and it's all about control. And I don't know how you can sleep at night, and if you're watching this and you are a rapist and you're watching my channel, I don't know how you can sleep at night doing what you've done. Whether that's been basically, fucking somebody and raping them while they have been, inebriated or passed out, you slipping somebody a Mickey to attempt to rape somebody, you molesting the child or whatever. My thing is, at the end of the day, it is not something that I find appropriate. I think it's disgusting. I think people who rape people or molest people or whatever the situation may be, I think time in jail, like an X amount of years, is not enough. These motherfuckers should get life. Because basically, what rape does is rob somebody of their life. So my thing is that we can go for an eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth for this motherfucker. I'm not saying giving you the chair, but I'm saying that you should rot in jail and have to process that the same way this woman has to process what you've done to her, whether it was once or whether it was repeatedly. And I don't understand why men think that rape is okay. Like, even in that Rick Ross song, you don't even know whatever the name of the fucking song is. Like, the man lost an endorsement because he hinted around to rape and it being okay. Like, it's not okay. And especially for somebody to be a celebrity on his level to push that message across, it's not okay. I just don't understand why we aren't talking to our sons about this, because primarily men are raping women. This video is not about gay rape or child molestation. This is about grown men sexually violating grown women or teenagers or, you know, people who are of sound mind who should fucking know better. Especially since these, like, situations with these teenage girls where they have been sexually assaulted and they've killed themselves behind their rape. I think we need to be more responsible as people to our sons and to the women that are out there. 'Cause, like, I have a mother, I have sisters, I have nieces. I would not want anything to happen to them because you as a parent or you as a father are not talking to your son, or you as a mother not talking to your son about rape, and it's not a good thing to do. It is a conversation. As much as you tell your kids to look both ways before crossing the street, and you warn your kids about certain things through going on through life, a conversation on rape needs to happen on both ends. Like, literally sit down all your kids, sit them all down, your daughters and your sons, and sit them all down and just, like, you know, explain to them that this is not a good thing. That these actions ruin people. And I just get so irritated because it was recorded, and it was like recorded in a way that it was like, oh, it was amazing, and that, you know, guys should be, this is a great thing. And the comments that I've heard that people were saying that, you know, oh, I want next, and where y'all at, like, I want to fuck her next, like, people, cut it out. Like, cut that shit out. Like, if the tables were turned, and I've always said this before, if people understand the essence of being on the other foot of things and being on the other side of things, how in the fuck would you feel if somebody drugged you, took sexual advantage of you, and, you know, and rape? There's no guarantee of a condom because this is against your will. There's no guarantee of a condom. There's no guarantee you won't get pregnant. There's no guarantee you won't get an STD. You know what may happen, especially if a person is gang raped. I could imagine how that may feel when people are beaten and bruised and all kinds. Like, you need to have a conversation with these people. I really personally feel like, you know, when sex offenders are let out of jail, they shouldn't be let out of jail. They should be put in jail for the rest of their fucking lives. I just don't, cause like murderers getting put in jail for the rest of their fucking lives. So what makes murder less than rape? Just because a person's still living? You robbing somebody of their spirit is much more, was just as comparable as getting killed. You are killing me by raping me. You are harming me by raping me. Like, I may never ever be able to acclimate back into society or find love or have a family because you raped me. And I think as a man, and me saying it versus a woman saying this right now, a man needs to say it. Because it's wrong. It is disgusting. It is vile. And it's something that in our culture that we've gotten way too fucking comfortable with. And I think that people need to, at the end of the day, be responsible and talk to their children. That's where it starts. It starts with the little ones. Trying to make an adult understand that sometimes I think is a little bit more complex. But still, have you had that conversation? And I'll be very real with y'all. I'm going to be very real with y'all. As a gay man, rape does happen. Never happened to me by the grace of God. But rape does happen. So I'm very willing and very open and mature to ask people that I date, have you ever sexually assaulted someone? Have you ever raped someone? Have you ever beat someone? I think those are valid questions. You about to date this motherfucker, you might not know what you're getting into. And whether or not they may be completely honest with you, but you'd be really shocked of some of the answers I have gotten sometimes. I have literally talked to a guy years ago. I think I was maybe like 26, and we were talking, and he openly admitted he set some guy up to be gang raped. I don't know any of the parties involved, but like, my thing is that with men, it's like it's conversations that is okay to have. It's not okay to have. I don't want to know about you trying to drug somebody or roofie somebody or put GHB in somebody's fucking drink. I just don't want to hear it. think it's just disgusting. But as much as this is a layout to people who aren't having a conversation, I will offer you this. If you are out in a social setting and there's drinking involved, make sure that you are out with people that you trust and you feel comfortable with and who have your back, just in case anything strange does happen. Number 2, if you are drinking, and let's say you're at a club or a party, you put your drink down and it's not in your eyesight for 2 seconds, the drink is done. Don't drink it. Because at any time somebody could have walked past, poured something in it, and then before the end of the night they're like circling you like a fucking vulture and waiting to catch you so they can take you home and sexually assault you. It happens. It's very real. I've heard stories of one of my homegirls who literally was being dragged out the club by some random guy. Luckily, they caught her in enough time. But that could have been her ass. Especially, you know how, like in D.C., that's Adams Morgan. I've heard several stories of girls getting raped or being snatched and being raped in Adams Morgan just because they just have had a bad situation or incident. Number 3, regardless of how you are dressed, it has nothing to do with how you are dressed. Rape has nothing to do with how you look. Rape has nothing to do with anything that you're doing. Rape is all about the person and then wanting to have power and control and domination over you. So if you want to dress provocative, you are a grown person. I understand that it does warrant some negative attention, but it is your life. You do what makes you happy and enjoy yourself. It does not give anybody the grounds or the right to violate you or take anything from you, especially if it involves taking your sexual virginity or anything from you. It does not give anybody the right whatsoever. But anyhow, I'm ending this video, and I thank you all for listening. And of course, you can follow me on Twitter. My blog is at rawclever.com, and you can find me on Instagram and Tumblr under the same names as well. So be smart, have the conversation with your kids, and I encourage you to share this video with someone that this may help. It's time we fix this problem internally in our own country and get this problem and change our conversation on this and actually have a conversation. So until next time, y'all. Peace.